Welcome to datascience.show, the podcast where data science meets executive leadership. We talk with top AI and analytics thought leaders about turning data into real business impact. If you're a C-level leader or data expert shaping the future, you're in the right place.
Welcome to datascience.show, where data science meets leadership. I'm Mirko, and today we're tackling a problem every executive needs a durable answer to. When you stitch multiple specialized models into a single customer journey, how do you know which decision actually moved the business needle and who pays to fix it? Picture this. Checkout conversion drops 4% over 1 week. Refunds tick up. The board wants answers. The re-ranker in the personalization stack had started amplifying a subtle bias upstream. Suddenly, the business is chasing ghosts, vendors point fingers, and leadership is out of runway. That's the vignette I want to walk you through, and by the end of this episode, you'll have a concise decision-first playbook, a decision value chain you can pilot in 30 to 90 days. Here's my thesis in one line. Treat multimodal flows as a single decision asset with traceable links and accountable funding. Stop thinking of models as isolated artifacts. Think of the customer journey as a chain of decisions: inputs, transforms, models, ranking, business rules, and final actions, all of which combine to produce the observable outcome. If you accept that lens, governance, attribution, and remediation become manageable. Strategy before technology. From models to measurable value. Step 1. Map the decision value chain. Start at the user event and follow every decision touchpoint until the outcome. For a checkout flow, that might look like customer intent signal, eligibility filter, personalization re-ranker, price adjuster, checkout fraud filter, final offer. For each link, capture just 4 minimal metadata fields: an owner, business impact metric, deployed version or contract, and telemetry endpoints that the link must emit. Don't try to capture every log field. Require only what supports attribution keys, latency, key input distributions, and a fail mode flag. That minimal register makes the chain auditable without drowning your teams in data collection.
Now, how do you read attribution where several models interact? Executives need a few conservative decision-grade heuristics, not perfect causality. I recommend 3 patterns you can operationalize quickly. First, marginal uplift heuristics. Measure the marginal contribution of a link by short, randomized guardrail tests or canary toggles and watch changes in the target metric. Second, credit and blame windows. Define time windows around an outcome where a link is allowed to claim impact. If your re-ranker's decision happened within a 1-hour window before drop-in checkout, it's in scope. Third, cohort-based counterfactuals. Compare similar cohorts where only one link differed. Use strict matching and conservative thresholds so you avoid overclaiming. Label these rules as decision support. They guide funding and remediation. They are not a forensic court of ultimate causality. Every executive briefing needs board-read signals, and they must map to dollars and reputation. Build 3 board metrics: loss velocity, affected cohort lifetime value, and remediation cost estimate. Loss velocity is how fast revenue or conversion is leaking today. Affected cohort LTV is a conservative projection of the expected lifetime loss from the impacted users. And remediation cost is honest. Include engineering effort, potential vendor credits or penalties, and user remediation costs. Present those numbers with confidence bands and show the delta between a monitored fix versus an immediate funded hotfix. Boards don't care about telemetry charts. They care about choices and funding requests attached to dollars and timing.
So, once you can point to a likely link, what do you actually do? Operationalize prioritized remediation lanes. I use 4 lanes: monitoring, funded hotfix, contractual remedies, and staged retirement. Monitoring is the default. Escalate alerts and collect more evidence. Funded hotfix is the short time-boxed remediation lane, where the business pays for a technical fix if the impact justifies it. Contractual remedies are for third-party models. Require vendor traceability clauses and negotiate credits or engineering commitments. Staged retirement is for links that are structurally risky or low impact. Wind them down gradually. Track user outcomes. Retire the decision. For each lane, define a RACI. who signs the funding, who does the engineering, who validates post-fix impact, and the review cadence. That clarity prevents political logjams.
Let's get tactical. A 30-90-day pilot blueprint you can run next week. Day 0 to 14. Select one revenue-critical journey. Map the chain end-to-end and populate the one-page decision chain register with owners, impact metrics, and minimal telemetry fields. Days 15 to 45. Instrument lightweight attribution. Deploy a canary toggle or a small randomized test and run cohort counterfactual comparisons. Days 46 to 75. Produce a rehearsal, an executive readout that converts signals into board-read metrics and proposes a remediation lane with costed options. Days 76 to 90. If the rehearsal justifies it, authorize a funded hotfix or a vendor negotiation. If not, iterate the instrumentation or move to staged retirement. Keep scope small. One journey, one register, 3 core metrics. Prove the process before scaling.
Who should own this? The short answer? A cross-functional chain owner accountable to a business metric. That can be a product leader or a head of analytics, depending on your org chart. But they must have budgetary sightlines and the authority to request funded fixes. Establish quarterly chain reviews as part of product governance. A quick board-read snapshot. Active chains, recent rehearsals, outstanding funded requests, and residual risk exposure. For vendor procurement, add basic traceability clauses, the right to request per-decision telemetry, SLAs for changes, and commercial remedies when traceability is absent. These are lightweight asks. They change the negotiation from black box to contractual responsibility.
Before we wrap, 3 executive actions you can do this week. 1. Pick a single high-value customer journey and assign a decision chain owner, someone with authority, and a one-page brief due in 2 weeks. 2. Require every model or decision link shipped into production to emit 4 minimal signals to the chain register: owner, version, key telemetry endpoint, and a fail mode flag. 3. Schedule a 60-minute rehearsal with your leadership team where you run through a simulated chain failure, map loss velocity, and agree funding decision criteria. These actions cost almost nothing and create the governance scaffolding you need.
A couple of practical notes on limitations, because attribution is imperfect. Don't let debates about perfect causality stall decisions. Use conservative rules and explicit reconciliation windows before you authorize hard funding. Start small to avoid missing telemetry across teams. Sample, instrument the minimum viable fields, and verify value before you scale instrumentation across every journey. And label your decision chain register as decision, not forensic proof. It's there to help leaders allocate remediation capital rationally, not to adjudicate every subtle causal claim.
To summarize, map the chain, require minimal metadata, use conservative attribution heuristics, translate signals into board-read dollars, and operationalize remediation lanes with clear RACI and funding gates. Run a 30-90-day pilot, rehearse the failure modes, and make procurement and governance changes so you don't end up in the dark when the next cross-model failure happens. Clarity over complexity. Strategy before technology. From models to measurable value.
If you want the one-page decision chain register template and the 30-90-day pilot checklist, subscribe to datascience.show. I'll send the template to subscribers. Try this on one journey and tell me what you learn. The practice scales if the pilot produces clear, fundable fixes. That's the difference between models and value.
Thanks for listening to datascience.show. If you found value in this episode, subscribe, share it with your network, and join us next time as we explore how data science drives smarter decisions and better business outcomes.